So, hey there guys. I wanted to experiment a little this year, and why not start with the game that put Sonic back in most people's minds, Sonic Mania. I might be doing these throughout the year, and yeah, on with it. So this game was the conception of Christian Whitehead, who was previously contracted by Sega to develop enhanced mobile ports of Genesis-era Sonic games, presented a playable prototype to Takashi Iizuka, lead producer of Sonic Team. Art, level design, audio, and additional programming was provided by independent studios Pagoda West Games and Headcanon. The team built the game using Whitehead's Retro engine, and aimed for a graphical quality between that of Genesis and Sega Saturn games. Development started in 2015 and was announced in 2016 at the Sonic 25th anniversary party alongside Sonic Forces. Which at the time was called Project Sonic 2017. At first I wasn't really looking forward to the game. I was mainly after the 3D Sonic game that we were getting next year, and well know how that one turned out. But eventually I started to warm up to Mania and finally set my mind on buying it. Only for it to be delayed twice. Anyway, after 2 delays, the game was finally released on August 15, 2017, to critical acclaim from fans and critics. So without further ado, let's go! Sonic Mania starts with Sonic and Tails receiving a powerful energy reading from Angel Island and boarding their biplane, the Tornado, to investigate. However, Dr. Eggman sends an elite group of Egg Robos to reach the signal before Sonic and Tails. The Egg Robos excavate the source of the signal, a magical gemstone called the Phantom Ruby, just as Sonic and Tails arrive. But when they fully excavate it, the ruby emits a burst of energy that sends Sonic, Tails, and the island's guardian, Knuckles, through places they have previously visited, where they pursue Eggman to prevent him from using the ruby's power for evil. The Egg Robos gain new powers from the ruby, becoming the hard-boiled heavies, and also give chase to hunt down the ruby alongside Eggman. And this is basically their excuse for using old stages again. Knuckles has his own story like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He goes through most of Sonic's stages, but he has some instances where he gets his own specific levels where something happens specifically for Knuckles but affects what Sonic is experiencing in some way. The only stage where something truly unique happens for Knuckles, at least to me, is in Lava Reef's Zone 2, where he arrives at the Master Emerald's local altar, just as the Heavy King tries to steal it. Recalling how Eggman tried to steal the Master Emerald once before, and he goes like, insert Uganda Knuckles, and manages to make the Heavy King retreat. Despite the robot empowering himself with the Master Emerald, Knuckles then uses a warp point to catch up to his friends. But after all is said and done, the Doctor loses to Sonic again, but this time Sonic gets transported into this weird limbo where both the Heavy King and Eggman start to battle one another for control of the Ruby. That's enough and turns into Super Sonic. After a challenging battle, Sonic is able to defeat Eggman and the Heavy King. Upon doing this, however, the Ruby reacts and separates Sonic from the Chaos Emeralds, and sucking him into a portal that unlocks the good ending and transports him to Forces. Overall, this is a very simple story, and it's told with the style that Sonic 3 and Knuckles used, and I really gotta commend them on this story here. They managed to have story that's simple but yet complex enough to tie into another game, and that alone makes it an improvement over the modern games. They really struggle with this aspect. I really wish they would kept this little more consistent. At times they will show these little transition animations on how characters get between stages, like in Press Garden Zone. After you defeat the boss, you make your way to Eggman while he's looking at a monitor displaying Little Planet and Metal Sonic. Then he turns around and he's shown having the Phantom Ruby, surprising the gang and sending them the Stardust Speedway Zone. But then after finishing the level, you are thrown in Hydra City Zone with no explanation whatsoever. I actually wanted to see more of these. These were things the first 3 games and CD didn't do, and each and every one of them felt special and made smile because they were actually showing how they got to the next level, and I loved the callbacks they made in each one. So for Mania 2, please make more of these, they were awesome. Sonic Mania takes it way back to the good old days. Pure momentum-based platforming with a hint of speed and with all 3 characters' special abilities. Sonic has his usual speed and spin dash, but now he has a brand new ability, the drop dash. If you jump high enough in the air and press the jump button, he will charge up his drop dash and blast off with a burst of speed. This is most useful with speedruns in the new timed mode, but I did find some use in the main stages. In fact, you could even say I spammed it throughout my playthrough. Tailsy is back with mostly the same moves but new sprites. He's mostly the easy mode of Sonic Mania. He can fly for a short period of time and he can spin dash just like before, and this allows anyone to reach special areas that you couldn't normally reach. Well, unless you're a pro like me, just saying. My boy Knuckles knows the way through special platwise in stages since he is the strong one in the game. He can break through obstacles that Sonic and Tails can't break, and this usually leads to special goodies and, like previously mentioned, pathways. And all I gotta say is 2 words: thank you. Thank you so much for bringing this gameplay back to the Sonic franchise. I've personally always considered this gameplay style as fun, and fun it is. When you pull off a cool move or keep your momentum going is as exhilarating as ever. Even though I enjoy the gameplay and the stages, not all hit gold. Most of them are good, don't get me wrong, it's just that the reliance on nostalgia is still in full force. 60% of the stages are old levels and 40% is actually new, and while I appreciate them for going out of their way to change up the level design for the old ones, the new ones are actually so refreshing that it's hard to not be like, why didn't this game have more new stages? If they ever to get the chance to develop a sequel, I'd like for there to be 100% original stages and new music. That would be awesome. So yeah, thank you Christian and the rest of the team. Keep the momentum going.
Pun entirely intended.
Music and presentation, it's beautiful. That's all I need to say. Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game in a while, and this is one of those rare times where I can be glad that we're so passionate about this blue hedgehog, otherwise we wouldn't have this game. This was a game made by Sonic fans for Sonic fans, and I'm very thankful that this was able to happen. So if you haven't checked this out for some reason, check it out. It's only $20 bucks everywhere, so buy with money please. Thanks of watching. Oh, by the way, please have more original levels in Mania 2. Cybrid 101 is the most dishonest man I have ever seen. He makes horrendous memes and makes people suffer. On top of that, he never likes any of my Twitter posts. Sad face.